Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CES MMA 82, and welcome to our pro card, 5 amazing fights. So let's start by welcoming Kyle Linder.
Here comes Kyle Linder from Hartford, Connecticut. Brings a record of 0-2 to the cage, trying to get win number 1 in his career. 28 years of age, Greg. Last time we saw him fight was in 2022. He lost by submission. However, he did make his pro debut at CES in 2021. That was all the way back at CES 64. He lost to Harris Bonfiglio by rear naked choke in the first round. That's a very tough opponent, by the way.
Harris is that's no slouch. Well, they haven't announced as Niyaz here, but this is Kyle.
This is certainly Kyle.
And you see him with the Texera shirt on, and he's got a UFC veteran in his corner, so maybe he's switched to Team Texera. They got him out of Hartford, Connecticut, but online it says Tennessee, so I'm assuming maybe he moved.
Oh, for a while he
did. In good hands, yeah.
He did fight out at Knoxville, Tennessee for a while as an amateur before he made the pro ranks. Yeah. And now he's here in Hartford training, and it's where he lives and where he fights out of. So an opportunity for him to make his rounds on the New England circuit. Yeah. Again, we mentioned a very tough pro debut bout against Harris Bonfiglio, who was 2-1 at the time.
Absolutely.
So perhaps in over his head early, but trying to re-regulate, get victory number 1. And once you get number 1, you never know how far you can go.
Of course. But he was 5-0 as an amateur, so I mean, he's definitely had a good record as an amateur. He's a good wrestler. Good striking. But it's, been some time out of the cage. Obviously, the ring rust could be a factor. But he's at the right gym. Those guys have a lot of great training partners and obviously top-level coaches down there.
As we did mention, it's been about 3 years since he's been in the cage, so it's an opportunity to get some ring rust off, or cage rust, if you will, and get an opportunity to perhaps get into the win column for the first time as a pro. Had a very good amateur career before he turned pro, and perhaps that's what fueled him to take those early tests in his career. Didn't work out the way he hoped. Sometimes you need that time off to reset, find a new team, and make a change in life.
Yeah, absolutely. Forward. Sometimes that's all it takes. You get new coaches, new camp. You just need a little bit of a change-up.
And now next to the cage, his opponent, Niyaz Ahmed.
Niyaz Ahmed from Queens, New York. He brings a record of 2-4 to the cage, 29 years of age, trains out of Longo's MMA. That was the gym co-founded by Ray Longo and then former UFC champ Matt Serra, so there's a good training pedigree there. Niyaz has not had a lot of pro fights, but a lot of grappling. He's actually had 13 grappling matches in the last 10 months.
Yeah, a ton of grappling experience.
Which is a lot of grappling.
Which is good. And it's grappling in the cage, too, as well.
Last time he fought in pro MMA was February 15th. He won by a rear naked choke against Caleb Chalk. That was in Bangladesh. Yeah. He's come all the way back, and he's in Rhode Island now trying to get victory number 3 in the cage. We mentioned that he is heavy into grappling. We talked about that pedigree he had. And now before his last pro fight, which was in February, he hadn't fought since 2022 as a pro. But he stayed busy in grappling, at least close to 30 grappling matches since 2023. So he's been a little bit more active than Linder. We'll see if that makes a difference tonight.
He stayed busy. And again, this seems to be another grappler, jiu-jitsu versus wrestling type of a matchup here.
Now, granted, it is a different setting, Greg, and the rules are different in grappling as they are in mixed martial arts. But being active like that can still be beneficial.
Oh, absolutely. No, it keeps the rust off. But again, when you're getting punched in the face, it's a little bit different when you're getting kicked in the leg and knee and you got to clinch.
Yeah, we'll see how both guys adjust. With that, we're ready to go. Let's send it back up to Zach Levake for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first pro fight is a 3-round battle in the flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner in his 3rd professional fight. He weighed in at 133 pounds. Fighting out of Hartford, Connecticut, Kyle Linder. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner with a 2-4 professional record, fighting out of Queens, New York. He weighed in at 132 pounds. Niyaz, the Bengal Tiger Ahmed.
Here we go. Ahmed taking on Linder. Ahmed in the blue and white trunks. Kyle Linder in the black. 3 rounds in the flyweight division here in our opening pro bout at CES 82. Once again, we thank you for joining us on Nesson. Michael Parenti, Greg Ribbs, Rebello bringing you the action, and here we go.
All right, there's a little kick. You could see Kyle going right after the wrestling. Double unders, beautiful takedown.
Nice takedown. Couple of big right hands early, snuck in there for the takedown. Good start for Linder.
Yep.
And now some ground and pound.
But Niyaz with the jiu-jitsu background, he should be pretty comfortable here.
Once again, 3 5-minute rounds in a difference from the amateur circuit.
Yep.
A lot more time for both
Knees
fighters.
to the head, elbows on the ground.
Everything goes.
Now he's looking for a heel hook here, huh? He's got his leg trapped. So. Kyle's going to separate the legs and just land on top.
Good early start here for Kyle Linder. Got that quick takedown just seconds into the bout.
He's looking to pass the side control here, huh? But here you can see, you can tell his coach, you can hear his coach telling him, ground and pound. Don't just focus on the grappling. When you start posturing up and punching, you get a lot of openings to pass rather than just trying to force it. There's the pass here to side control.
And it's something that's worth emphasizing, just staying busy while you're on the ground.
Yeah.
All those little punches and those knees add up.
And they create openings for you to pass or for you to submit somebody. He's looking to hook that head. With the right under the gear, just staying busy with punches. Probably going to set up a knee on belly here. Good job by Nye. Getting his guard back. Ooh, good shot there, huh?
Hammer fist raining down from Kyle Linder.
Not much landing. He's covering up pretty well. He's got his guard back here. And again, he's comfortable here, as you can see. He's not panicking.
Well, when you consider 30 grappling matches over the last 2 years, you know
Ahmed
is
that
comfortable.
leg lock as well. Good defense by Kyle. Looking for the leg lock again. Good defense. And now he's right back to his feet, and he's got double hooks now against the fence.
Yeah, nice job by Ahmed. You've seen that grappling experience.
But Kyle, the wrestler, he's got good whizzer here. He's going to have good takedown defense. It's going to be difficult to take down.
Halfway through round 1, again, we're scheduled for 3 in the flyweight division. Kyle Linder in the black trunks taking on Niyaz Ahmed in the blue and white. Good early action here in this first round.
And if I'm Niyaz, I'm breaking away and striking. He landed a couple of good kicks. Good knee to the head, huh?
Ahmed's got some height in those
nice
knees.
elbow
Couple of
there.
elbows to the
Yep.
jaw.
See, that's the thing. When you got that left underhook, you can break away and sneak that right elbow right over the top. Good knees. Nice to see Kyle uses that left underhook and turn him in the fence. Now he's looking for that knee to the head, though.
Those
Sneaky,
knees by Ahmed, they get up serious quickly.
He scoots right down for the double.
Good takedown.
Now he's with the butterfly hooks. He's going to look to elevate him and probably go to that leg again. He keeps elevating that right leg straight up in the air, and he's going to hook and go to that right leg lock. There we go. Up to the armbar this time. Defended. And now he's just crafty on the ground. He's not just sitting here laying on his back. He's looking for subs. Very comfortable off his back. Good ground upon here by Kyle. Posturing up. You're going to see him drive. You drive that head into the fence. He can't, he can't sit out. He can't scoot. He can't shrimp. So it's going to kind of nullify a lot of those submissions.
Not a lot of real estate in this cage either.
Not a lot of place to move. But here you can see him ground upon a nice elbow over the top. He almost is kind of trapped here. Now he's going to try to look to create some sort of an angle.
There he goes. Get that right foot out. Push him away.
Oh,
a nice trip attempt.
Like a John Wick move.
Now he's like you mentioned, Greg, very crafty on the ground is Ahmed.
Yeah, you see how comfortable he is here, and he's looking for that leg lock again. Kyle's defended it, 3 or 4 times here.
Almost dragged Linder into a submission attempt. 52 seconds to go in round 1 now. Linder trying to ground and pound again. Ahmed covers up nicely.
Kyle's almost looking for a Darce choke here, but he's got that left arm in, so he's not going to be able to get it. But he's looking for it. That's a wrestler's favorite. Head and arm, Darce choke. Here, same thing. You can hear his coaches just yell, just ground and pound. Stop just searching for submissions. Try to beat him up a little bit.
A few of those right hands are sneaking through for Linder.
Yeah, and he's
overall pretty good defense by Ahmed.
Yep, no, and you see Ahmed's comfortable here. He's not panicking.
Yeah.
10 seconds. Yeah, he's covering up. A lot of those elbows aren't getting through.
No.
Doesn't mean they don't hurt. But
There's the bell for round 1. Good opening round for Kyle
After the
Linder. A
fights are
couple of
done, make your
takedowns.
way down to
But
Federal
Ahmed
Hill and join
comfortable on the
CES
ground.
at
Comfortable on the
Bella
ground,
Vista
but, you
for the
know,
official
Kyle had a lot of top
CES
position in
MMA
that first
82
round.
after
Landed a lot of
party.
good punches.
Meet the fighters and
And he
have a
kind of imposes
cocktail
will.
on
You know, you can
historic
tell he
Federal
wants to
Hill.
wrestle. Goes out, big punches, gets takedowns.
There's that big take. That was the first takedown in the opening seconds.
Yeah.
You see Linder trying to land those elbows, sneak through that guard from Ahmed. But Ahmed did a good job
Did a great
covering
job
up.
getting guard retention.
Yeah.
As you can see here, he's got his head trapped against the fence. See, here's where you really want to ground a pound. But he got a little up kick to the face.
A little up kick to the face there.
And then the John Wick kick. There it is.
Some craftiness from Ahmed on the ground. We'll see if he can actually keep the fight standing up in round number 2. However, he does look comfortable in that position.
No, he does. Big mouse under the left eye of Kyle over here.
And sometimes I think
Not
on the
putting any
ground,
ice on
a
it.
fighter like Ahmed may be able to draw somebody like Linder in, maybe take advantage of his over-aggressiveness. Sometimes that's where you can trap somebody in a submission attempt. So we'll see how round number 2 plays out, but we're about to get ready here for the second of 3.
He's got to know that he's down 1 round, so I'm expecting to see a sense of urgency here from Niyaz.
Ahmed, as we mentioned, a record of 2-4. Fighting out of Queens, New York, fighting out of Longo's MMA. Coming off a win in February, Linder hasn't fought professionally since 2022. So he's trying to get off the schneid and get victory 1. A
There
couple
he
of
is,
rights and lefts here now by
He comes
Ahmed.
out hard. He almost looked for the Showtime kick, I think. Gets taken down, but guard retention immediately. So Kyle's kind of going right back where he finished round 1. Punches to the body, trying to loosen him up. And you can hear his coaches yelling, keep the punches going. Keep the ground and pound going.
Very similar start in round 2 to what we saw in round 1. Michael Parenti, Greg Rebello bringing you the action here on Nesson at CES 82, live from the Park Theater in Cranston, Rhode Island.
He's trying to be elbows right up the middle. But now he's doing a great job defending. He's kind of got that high guard here on the bottom.
Once again, we remind you, you see that QR code on the screen next to the timer. Scan it, donate to the Joanne Sullivan Memorial Fund. So we continue to provide donations to fund breast cancer awareness and research at the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute.
Look at those knees from the body, from the ground. I like that.
Now, again, as we mentioned, Ahmed's comfortable here, but this is not a good position to be in.
I mean, here, you know, in MMA, you're not winning. If you're taking punches from the bottom and you're just defending, you're not winning. So he's, you know, if this stays like this, he's down 2 rounds to nothing here.
What's he need to do here? As
He's
yep,
exactly
there's
here.
the up kick.
Try to get an up kick. Try to, you know, get your feet on his hips and kick him off and get back to your feet. As you saw him, he came out in the first round, ran with a couple low kicks. Second round, he came out and he was aggressive with the hands.
Yeah.
He's got to get back to that.
That up kick caught Linder's attention, but Linder right back to where, and he sees some blood, by the way, here.
Well, Linder's got that. He's got that big mouse under his left eye. Huh?
You see a little blood on the forearm of Ahmed, probably from Linder. And maybe that up kick rather, may have busted him open. We can't really see from this
he's
angle.
Searching. You see him trying to set up that arm for an arm bar here, but
looks like that left eye, Greg, bleeding pretty badly.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like it's on the side of the eye. It's hard to tell from this angle, but Linder definitely bleeding here in round 2.
You can see he's putting his head right underneath that chin, and he's going to try to punch over the top.
2 minutes into round number 2.
With good control. I mean, Linder's, you know, he's winning this fight.
He's in control of the fight, absolutely.
Just keep repeating the position, keep punching. Ahmed's going to get a little sense of urgency. We're halfway through this round, but you can see the blood coming
It's
up.
a lot of blood.
But those elbows are key, because if he can open up that mouse. Oh, right to mount. Nice pass.
Linder bleeding profusely, but in control of the fight.
Yep.
Both fighters covered in blood. Linder
comes
again
Kyle
trying
with
the
a
ground
good
and pound. Here
ground and
comes
pound.
the hammer fist. Starting to sneak through a little more here.
Yep,
I
nice
think it's
pass.
just part of that fatigue that starts to set in. It
He's
takes
looking-
a lot of work, Greg,
Yep.
and a lot of energy to defend.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And a good wrestler, heavy position, using all that weight, it's going to wear on you. Yeah, he's starting to really open up now. Huh?
More ground and pound from Linder. More active, more are getting
He
through.
goes right,
yeah,
trying
he
to go
still
right
fights.
back to that leg lock. Yeah, he's got a good scramble. He uses that butterfly guard to spin.
And
Good
now
defense by
Ahmed
Kyle.
with a couple of elbows from his back.
From his back, he's going to want to look to elbow that mouse and try to. And obviously, he did cut it open. We'll see how bad it is.
I still think it might have been that up kick
Looking for
earlier
that
in the
arm
round.
bar again.
Yeah, hard to tell.
Good defense by Kyle. Just pulls that arm out. They see he throws that right elbow every time he ducks his head down. But you can hear Kyle's corner yelling him, pass to that half guard and just stay there. Then you can ground a pound from there. Yep, there he goes to the half. But he's got to press that leg back. Presses the leg back. Now he passes the side control.
There it is. 1 minute to go here, round 2.
And now here, when he gets in side control, I would rather see Kyle start ground and pounding there. He rushes and tries to go to mount, so he's trying to go from position to position. The best thing to do is go to position, start ground and pounding from there, and then pass. Lands in side control here. This is nice.
Linder dodged an up kick, and then went right back to work with the ground and pound. Ahmed just covering up. They're not really getting through, but
if he keeps doing this, the ref's going to stop.
If he doesn't answer, he'll have to stop it. Brian Miner hovering over the action.
But he sees nothing's really landing too significant now.
More forearms and elbows from Linder.
Here comes the dart stroke again. He's going to set it up.
35 seconds. We'll see if Ahmed
really
can survive the final 35. And if that's the case, Linder's team will have a lot of work to do in between rounds to try to close up that cut if it gets that far.
Because we can't really see how bad. He's had his head ducked down the whole time.
Exactly.
Can't see how bad it is. Again for the leg lock. Defended for the probably about 10th time. This.
Ahmed trying to land that elbow to the rib cage. 10 seconds to go here.
Oh, now Kyle's starting to go for a footlock of his own. Trying to go for a heel hook here.
And there's the bell.
Those heel stomps are illegal to the body.
Another good round for Kyle Linder despite getting busted open. A lot of blood on the canvas, a lot of blood on both fighters. And we'll take a look here at some of the action going back to round number 2. This is the opening bell for round 2. You see Ahmed coming in swinging.
Right firing.
Wide hooks.
Look for a little Showtime Pettis kick off there. Got to keep it simple.
Yeah, the timing wasn't quite right, and as he came down, Linder got the takedown, and this is really how this round went.
Yeah.
And now you fast forward, you see that blood again over both fighters. And that was right toward the end of the round there when Linder ducked or dodged out of the way of that second up kick attempt and then went right back to work with the ground and pound.
Yeah, Niyaz, he's landed the good elbows, and he keeps looking to spin for those leg locks, but it's not working. You know, he's got to try to go for something else. He's got to try to keep this fight in the feet. You can see how big the mouse is on Kyle's left eye. And they haven't iced it, which is kind of surprising.
We'll see if they did enough to at least stop the bleeding momentarily, I'm sure. With anything slight in round 3, that cut will open back up. Ringside physician is taking a look at it here before we get started with round 3. Dr. Peter de Blasio asking how many fingers am I holding up.
He's good. They cleared him.
Looks like Linder passed the test. He's going to get ready to go here for round number 3. Third and final round.
Above the eyebrow, too, from that elbow.
There's a mouse below the eye and then a cut above the eyebrow.
Now this, more sense of urgency even here with this. He's got to come out firing.
So we'll see what kind of strategy Ahmed has. By all accounts, he's down 2 rounds in this fight and needs to come out firing. Now he goes for the takedown.
Gets it. He sneaks over the half guard here.
Now we'll see what Ahmed can do in this position now.
Kyle gives up his back.
Yeah, trying to take his
back. To stand up. A lot of wrestlers, they're comfortable doing that. Elbows on the other side of the other eye.
Now we'll see if Ahmed can go to work on Linder. Trying to sneak those hammer fists in on both sides.
He's got the rear naked choke in.
He's got a choke locked in pretty good here.
Yep, he's got it.
And now he gets him back down, yeah. This is a tough spot here for Kyle Linder. Ahmed gets the early takedown. Linder in some trouble, and that's going to do it.
Yeah. Oh, man, it looked like Brian Meyer thought he was done. I couldn't really see it. Because it looked like he was trying to wave his arm in, and it wasn't moving.
Brian Miner calls it off. Kyle Linder pleading his case. I'm not sure if Miner says that Linder verbally tapped or if he called a stop to the action.
You saw him shake his hand, and he wasn't really moving it, but he also had that arm trapped.
I mean, Linder is in a heated argument here with official Brian Miner. Not happy with the call, obviously.
No. Yeah, that's tough. It's
tough. Miner, rather Linder was up. Sure, you certainly feel.
He's up 2 rounds to none. In the 3rd round, he gets taken down there, and then it's one of those kind of like double-edged sword.
So the fight is stopped.
Rear naked choke, yeah.
Niyaz Ahmed is going to get the victory. That's going to be win number 3. So rear naked choke submission. Again, Kyle Linder pleading his case that he did not submit or that the fight should continue. Not really quite sure what the argument is, but in any event, Linder is heated and has to calm down.
And yeah, and as he should be. I get it. I couldn't really see I couldn't see if he went out. You know, sometimes guys go out and then they wake right back up.
And I think that's what Brian Minor was checking for as he was shaking that arm to see if he was still conscious. And he was conscious.
But the left arm, I think he was shaking, was trapped. You could see it trapped with Niyaz had his leg, and he trapped it.
So a big turn of events here as Ahmed, who was down 2 rounds going into the third, needed something big, and he got it.
Like I said, you came out winging shots and shot a takedown and got it. Moves to the back. And then Kyle made a couple of mistakes and allowed him to get underneath the neck.
And that's going to do it. With that, we're going to send it back up to Zaklavik.
Into round number 3. Your winner via technical submission, Niyaz, the Bengal Tiger Ahmed.